How many dreams have died because someone was afraid of what other people might think? How many men stay silent, stay small, stay stuck because they fear criticism more than they desire growth? The fear of criticism is one of the most powerful forces limiting human potential. It destroys confidence. It weakens initiative. It silences leadership. And often, it causes people to abandon their purpose before they ever truly begin. Today, we continue our series of the 6 ghosts of fear by confronting the second ghost, the fear of criticism. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Frank Menard, and I am the founder of the 17 Club Men's Mastermind, where we focus on leadership, discipline, personal achievement, and living with purpose through the timeless principles found in Napoleon Hill's Science of Personal Achievement. Last week, we discussed the fear of poverty and how it quietly controls the decisions of millions of people. But today, we move into another fear that may even be more emotionally destructive, the fear of criticism. Because unlike poverty, criticism is deeply personal. It attacks identity, confidence, self-worth, and courage. And many people spend their entire lives trying to avoid disapproval. They avoid speaking up. They avoid taking risks, avoid leadership, avoid visibility. Not because they lack talent, but because they are afraid someone may judge them. And in today's world of social media, public opinions, comparison, and constant commentary, this fear may be stronger than ever before. The fear of criticism is the fear of rejection, judgment, embarrassment, or disapproval from others. It is the fear that says, what if people laugh at me? What if I fail publicly? What if I'm not accepted? What if they don't approve? What if I disappoint people? And because of that fear, many people become trapped in performance instead of authenticity. They begin living for approval rather than for purpose. Napoleon Hill identified several symptoms connected to this fear. They include self-consciousness, lack of poise, inferiority complex, extravagance to impress others, lack of initiative, lack of ambition. Now think about that for a moment. How many people are making life decisions based on appearances rather than purpose? How many people are exhausted trying to maintain an image? And how many people refuse to step into leadership because they fear being criticized? The fear of criticism causes people to shrink their lives down to the size of other people's opinions. And here's the dangerous part about criticism. It often begins early in life, sometimes through parents, sometimes through teachers, sometimes through relationships, sometimes through failure or embarrassment. And over time, people begin developing a belief system based on fear. They stop asking, what do I truly want? And start asking, what will people think? That shift changes everything. Because once a person begins emotionally dependent on approval, they become controlled by it. And social media has amplified this problem dramatically. People today compare their lives constantly. They measure themselves against edited versions of other people's success. And many people are silently struggling with insecurity while pretending to be confident. But real leadership requires the willingness to be misunderstood. Real growth requires the willingness to be uncomfortable. And real purpose requires the courage to continue even when not everyone approves. I believe many men today are silently battling this fear. Not openly, silently. Some men are afraid to pursue a new career because others may question the decision. Some are afraid to improve themselves because their current environment discourages growth. Some are afraid to speak honestly about their struggles because they fear appearing weak. And some men never pursue their true purpose because they fear criticism from family, friends, co-workers, or society. So instead, they play it safe. They stay comfortable. They remain quiet and slowly lose confidence in themselves. But let me say this clearly. You cannot lead powerfully while constantly needing approval. Leadership requires conviction, and conviction means being willing to stand firm even when not everyone understands your vision. So how do we overcome this fear? First, stop giving strangers authority over your identity. Other people's opinions should not determine your purpose. Second, understand that criticism is unavoidable. If you lead, someone will criticize you. If you grow, someone will question you. If you pursue purpose, someone will misunderstand you. This is just part of life. Third, develop confidence through action. Confidence is not built through comfort. It is built by doing difficult things repeatedly. Speak up, lead, take initiative, be visible, be willing to fail forward. That takes courage. Fourth, surround yourself with growth-minded people. And this is why the Mastermind Alliance matters so much. Healthy people encourage growth. Unhealthy people criticize growth. Pay attention to who influences your thinking. And finally, anchor your identity in purpose, not popularity. Because popularity fades, purpose endures. Now let's talk about the reward. What happens when a person overcomes the fear of criticism? Freedom. The freedom to become authentic. The freedom to lead boldly. The freedom to speak honestly. The freedom to pursue purpose without constantly seeking permission. When criticism no longer controls you, your confidence expands. Your leadership becomes stronger. Your decisions become clearer. Your discipline improves. Your relationships become more genuine. And perhaps, most importantly, you stop living someone else's version of your life. You begin living intentionally, because mature confidence is not arrogance. It is the quiet ability to remain steady even when others disagree with you. And once a man develops that kind of inner strength, his entire life changes. As we continue this journey through the 6 ghosts of fear, I want you to reflect honestly this week. Where has the fear of criticism been limiting your life? What conversations have you avoided? What goals have you delayed? What versions of yourself have you been afraid to become because of other people's opinions? Remember this: criticism may hurt temporarily, but regret lasts far longer. Do not allow fear to rob you of the life you were created to live. If this message encouraged you, make sure to subscribe to this channel and share this video with someone you think needs it. And if you are a man looking for accountability, leadership, discipline, growth, I want to personally invite you to join us inside the 17 Club Men's Mastermind every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We also host a weekly book study open to everyone, men and women alike, on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're looking for more personalized support, I also offer one-to-one coaching, group coaching, opportunities focused on leadership, confidence, purpose, and personal achievement. You can find all the information in the description below, including a link to schedule a discovery call, absolutely free, no obligation. Until next time, don't let the opinions of other people become the prison of your potential. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and continue becoming the man you were created to become. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye now.